Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of Local Legends. I'm your host, Myra, known as PGT, and I'm sitting here with my very good friend, Kevin Kaido Ramirez.
Hello, everyone. Kevin Kaido Ramirez here. Kaido's just fine, but, close friends can call me Kevin Kaido Ramirez. It's a running joke we have.
To start out, what was it that first got you into fighting games and later on commentating fighting games?
Okay, so, for fighting games, I always grew up with it. Like, I played, like, my cousins always played, like, Mortal Kombat. They played Street Fighter. They played Tekken and all that other stuff, right? I was more into the Mortal Kombat stuff, but, like, more casually and stuff like that. I heard about, I saw tournaments, and then I, like, looked up tournaments, and I was like, there has to be something for this, right? So, around, like, Mortal Kombat 9 to Mortal Kombat X, so, like, around 2015, 2014, I found out about tournaments, and I saw, like, they were like the people online. They were definitely playing a different game than I was definitely playing. And so now that I had this information, it made me want to get better at it. I didn't really join my a local until okay, I'm gonna put this out right now. My first local, I went to a Smash tournament. Right, I got tired of Smash, and then eventually I migrated towards migrated back towards fighting games. And ever since then, I just haven't looked back. It's just really fun. Like, just going to, like, locals, just going to tournaments, just a really fun experience. I can't describe it. But there's, like, just nothing like it.
Okay, so what was it initially that had, like, gotten you into, like, commentating events? Like, what made you see a commentator and go, yeah, I want to do that?
So, it was, I want to say Yipes was, like, one of the big commentators, and he was just, like, really funny. But while also being funny, he was very knowledgeable. And, like, just really good at just relaying information, like, just stuff that I wouldn't have picked up on just simply by playing the game. And there was an Iron Grid where nobody was doing commentary, no one wanted to do it. It was Tekken 8 around the time. It was a fresh game, no one wanted to do it, no one wanted the information about it. I thought I was getting into Tekken 8, and it looked really fun to do. I just wanted to experiment on it, and then I had just people believing in me. It's like, oh, I like your commentary, you should do this more often. And I was like, okay, maybe I should do this more often. And it just made me want to, learn the game, like, put more hours into the game so that I have more information so I can relay it to the people, or just people who just don't know what they're looking at, and it's just easier for them to digest. It's like, okay, and then they get an understanding, then maybe they want to get into the game as well.
Yeah, so what is some of this, like, work that goes into, like, having enough knowledge to commentate it? What are some of the things that you're looking at? What are things that you study?
It's usually, like, the boring part of the job, where it's just a lot of homework. It's just a lot of information you have to, like, look up, like frame data, whether a move is punishable. Sometimes, like, the game itself will give you, like, an indicator where you can punish it or not, but, like, like, the little frame data and stuff like that, little information, little snippets of, like, specific matchup against character versus character, like, some people might not know about. It's just a lot of exploring that you have to do. Again, if you want to be a commentator, you have to do your homework. It's like not even a question of whether you can get through with it or not. And if you want to do this for like you want to get serious about it, you have to do it. There's no avoiding it. Just do your homework, learn as much information as possible. And if you're enjoying commentating a game that you like, it's because you like the game. Like, I like Tekken, so, like, I'm obviously going to study more about it, and for my experience, like, as a player, but also as a commentator, to relate it to the people that might not know, like, certain things, or they just pick up on new stuff if they hear my commentary.
What is it about commentating that you feel is really important to the offline fighting game community? Or, like, what do you bring to the table?
What do I bring to the table? Humor. I want to say, or like just like the fun aspect on it, because again, like, fighting games are supposed to be fun. I know people like want to take it serious, or like as a viewer, or just like in the viewers, for example, right? Like, they might not know what's happening. It'll help people digest what they're watching, and they'll get a better understanding of it. I was like, okay, I see it now. What I bring to the table, just like I don't know, just like to have fun with it. Like to have fun with it, like. Everyone's already taking the game way too serious, right? Because no one wants to lose. So, like, just that, oh yeah, like, video games can be fun. Videos can be fun type of stuff and like that. And obviously, like, at, like, a higher level, you have to be able to balance off the humor with the knowledge, so that, like, people are like, alright, people will respect my opinion on stuff, like, because I would have the knowledge, or people will think I'm knowledgeable at the game. I'm still figuring out some things as well, aside from aside from that, but like I think I'm just really funny guy. You know,
Yeah, I
overall.
mean, absolutely. I think like doing your homework is obviously like a huge part of it because you want to have a commentator on the mic that knows what they're talking about. You just don't want someone to go up there and just like talk for the sake of talking.
Yeah.
So, about like commentating events and like this community, how do you feel that your work impacts us? Like, what do you feel it is about like commentating that like made you want to go like, yeah, like I want to do this.
So at first, I just did it for the laughs, right? But then when top players would like review their VODs again, they would like telling me, oh, I liked it. Like they would go back to the net, like say they will play like one monthly, right? They'll go back to the Nets monthly, and then they'll come to me and ask me and tell me, hey, are you doing commentary? Are you doing commentary for this tournament? And I'll be like, yeah. And they're like, oh, that's good because I actually like your commentary, and I also like, or I like pick up on stuff that I didn't realize at first, and I was like get that realization. And once I think it's just like the affirmation of just like really good players or just top players were telling me that I should like keep doing this. Another, it goes back to like, why do I do this? Because, well, it's because I got encouraged to do it. If someone told me that I was bad at it, I probably would just stop there, just stop dead in its tracks. But the fact that I have people tell, and this is not me glazing myself either. It's just people telling me that like, oh yeah, you're really good at you're really good at this. You should keep doing it. Makes me want to keep doing it.
Yeah, my next question is going to be like, who are some other people in this scene that you look up to or that you look towards inspiration for when you're on the mic?
For when I'm on the mic, so like I want to say like I brought up earlier, Yipes. He was like during Marvel 3, like was the goat of commentary. Was fun, could balance out funniness, seriousness, and also knew a lot about the game based off just like him being a player, and also like because he was at a high level, he also understands how some of the players feel, like being on that stage, you know, like giving people like the audience just an inside look of how like what it's like being on that level. I want to say Hunk too, like my good friend Hunk. He's the guy that studies frame data. Like he is the guy. He has like a notepad of stuff like that. And he's just like very knowledgeable. He knows more stuff than I do. And I think he's really good at deliver. Also, another thing about commentary, he's good at delivering it. Really good commentators are, whilst have a lot of information, some of them don't know how to deliver it. It's the delivery that really like impacts like the viewer experience as well. So yeah, him. I want to say like Mustard and Ketchup. There, like even though they play Mortal Kombat, they're also really informative, and they're also like probably studied like the game way more than most people do, and so that's why that makes them really good commentators. And so I think knowledge is power at the end of the day.
Speaking of, I guess like you brought up the dynamic duo of Mustard and Ketchup. How do you feel it is in terms of difficulty when balancing your commentary with another person, especially a person with probably a slightly different commentary style than yours?
I got told this like a while back. Like there's roles to commentary. There's usually like there's the play-by-play, and then there's like the bookworms, like the knowledgeable people, or like just So I think a good way to like mesh with like other people is like trying to see what they're, even if you don't know, like say you've never seen them before ever, so this is your commentating them for the first time. Like at the first few minutes, you like to start like, you know, like ease your way in it, or like just get a feel of how they like to commentary it, and then you get a sense of, oh, they like doing play by play, I'll do statistics, or if they like to do statistics, I'll do play by play, and ultimately I think it's more of a if you can mesh together, and also if you're both having fun with it. If you're both having fun with it, then like it's easier to just not interrupt each other, you know, just flow. It just flows better. I would essentially.
Okay, yeah. We spoke about like events at like a local level, and so a lot of the times these smaller events don't typically have the budget or the resource to get like commentary, but for the ones that do, how do you feel that like elevates the environment of the tournament?
Well, obviously, like the attendees or like all like the presence of the tournaments have like Iron Grid. Like you know how Iron Grid started off like this small like PC Guilty Gear. Now it's bringing in all these other people from all these other games, and you know, word of mouth spreads, and then now like when the start of Tekken 8 and Iron Grid started, like it didn't really like it had like the local legends, but it didn't have like the top players. Then slowly but surely, like more of the top players started showing up, even for Street Fighter too. More of the top players. So it adds a prestige to, I guess it adds a prestige to it. And then like as prestige goes up, you also have to like, all right, now your commentary has to be like some like semi serious, especially with these top players gonna go back to VOD review, like playing their VODs back. You don't want them to be muting their stuff. You want it to be like be able to hear like what's going on, the game, the commentary, because if they don't enjoy it, they probably might not show back up based off like it. So experience is very important at the end of the day. Like big tournament or low tournament, like you need to be like you need to have like that sort of professionalism, I guess. And I guess that's how I look at it. Like
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like when looking back at like I've competed at like several events across like several different like I'll call it just levels. Like I've competed like at local levels, I've competed at majors, and for the events that have like where my matches have commentary over them, it's one thing to have like really good commentators. Like I had once had a set at Frosty Fawcett that was commentated by Yipes and my good friend Raph. And so like it was so insane to me that I'm like, wow, I played like garbage, but these people were still able like to make out like what I was trying to do, and like really gave me a better insight as to what like I was doing as a player and what my opponent was doing. And listening to that like really good feedback was what had like helped me realize, okay, this is where I need to improve in my gameplay. And so especially at like a local, when you're sitting there on the mic like surrounded by people, like what do you feel in that exact moment?
I like to get people hype, right? Like give them a reason to care about what they're watching and stuff like that. That's why like having information is really good. As you just mentioned, that like you might not have been playing your best in the Guilty Gear tournament, right? But the commentators can provide like other insights or like just stuff on you to help you out, so that now you like if you've seen that situation, you can look at that. You can look at that as like, oh, I could do this now, and then now you have the answers, and then you learn as a player, or like so. When something happens and it's not like being viewed as hype because players understand it. It's our job as commentators to relay the information of why this is such a big deal. It's like getting hit with low so many times, and then at the final moment, like you know the low is coming, the low parry, and obviously it's a big deal because you don't expect it. It creates a chance of, will he kill from this situation, or will something else will happen. But it's up to us to build that moment up as well, or like to at least like tell a story. It's all about engagement too. It's all about engagement. Yeah.
Absolutely. I would call the work that you do storytelling. I think that's such a great word for commentators because you are telling the story of the match. You're giving us a beginning of the match. You're telling us what's going on during the match, and then after the match, you go into like analytics and like into details. And I really do like the term storytelling for the work that commentators do. So I think that was like a very good point that you had made there.
I think, yeah, like again, it's like it builds like it gives people a reason to care about, like, say like they've never watched this before, and then like they see something like they see like the story, like the match unfolding as it goes on, and then the players unfold like layer 1, 2, and 3. Our job is just to just make you care, basically, just make you want to be invested, and then who knows, and then say a new viewer shows up, right? And it's like, oh, it makes them want to play the game as well, want to experience it, or like just like try to create what just happened with something they just saw, and they want to replicate it themselves. Whether it be like mostly in the major level, right? But like you can also get those like really high quality at a local level as well.
You had touched upon it like very briefly, where you had said just like do your homework and just start like learning the game at like a fundamental level. What is some other advice that you would give to someone wanting to put themselves out there for commentary?
Just do it. No. I that's how I got my start. I just did it.
That's fair.
The mic was open.
The mic was empty.
Well, obviously there's a lot more stuff like that goes into it. Like you don't want to like repeat what your co-commentator's saying. You know, you want to like I keep like notes before like every time I have to go commentate. Sometimes I check my notes just to so I don't
give yourself like a little refresher before you go in.
Yeah, like just so that like So I want to not make as much mistakes as possible, or I just want to be like, because we're live, like there's no cuts, there's no nothing. You can't go back and like, oh, can we edit this? No, there's no edit. It's just like straight raw. So just like keep yourself composed, you know. Just have fun with it. Just have fun with it. I trust me. When you have more fun with it, the less pressure release off you. It just gets easier to do it. So you're not just having, because people want to like, people are going to listen to you, and you just have to like just believe in yourself. Just like have fun with it. You know, if the commentators are having fun with it, then the audience will have fun with it as well, and it just relieves less pressure overall. Do your homework too.
What is your favorite event that you've commentated? You've obviously commentated so many different events since you had first started for the launch of Tekken 8, which Tekken 8 launched January. So I think that first like February Iron Grid was when you really had like picked up commentating.
Yeah. So my favorite event to commentate was the April. So I have two. It's either the April of Iron Grid, or it was when I was commentating Smash at one point. I did a regional. It was my first regional ever. I got picked up. I was like, oh, okay. So like it was one of my favorites because it was the one that had one of the most eyes. I'm glad I did as well as I did on it, because I was like, because it was a regional. I didn't never commentate anything as big as that point, and so it was just easy to get through. And then the April of Iron Grid, it was our biggest Tekken tournament, and it brought in so many phases, and it was one of my favorites because it was just so hype. And it also helped that Shokaholic's dad was in the background, and he was just getting loud. But like as a commentator, I absorbed that energy, because it's like, okay, he's invested now, so it makes me want to keep doing it. It makes me want to keep like
riff off of that.
Exactly, yeah. And also also having Pilch too as a commentator there too, also matching that same energy. Also like, and we did 4 hours of that. We did. I don't know if you remember this.
No, I remember, because it was our biggest tournament. It was like obviously one of the longest to run. So you guys being able to like keep up the energy and keep up your stamina, like I think that is like so impressive that you were able to sit down for that entire block and to just continuously keep the energy up and keep the energy up in the room, because not only do you guys obviously commentate the match, tell us what's going on there, but you also like encourage everyone that is sitting there to like be engaged in this match. And so obviously you had mentioned like Sharkaholic's father was in the crowd. He was getting excited. He was like hyping up his son. And so it's really cool to have like commentators who match that energy and are able to kind of like convey it to a crowd, not only sitting like in the room with them, but also like the crowd back home.
Yeah, it's again, like you just feed off the energy. Like, why wouldn't you? And it's like, if it had not been for like the energy in the crowd, I think I would have tapped out like within like before we made it to like top 4. Because it again, we mentioned it was a long block. It was a very long block.
That was a very long
block.
bracket.
So like, it's like just them being like invested in it. It's like, I can do it, boss. I got one more in me.
I got one more in me. But yeah. So before we conclude, is there anything you want to plug? Social media, events you're gonna be at? Floor is yours.
Okay, I'm gonna be I'm obviously DIY, which is the next week. I won't be commentating it, but unfortunately, I will be there. I will be there just to like have an engagement, and also I'm also pretty like not new anymore, because I've been doing it for like almost 2 years now. But I do want to learn. I do learn like just watching them and how they like interact or how they just do it. I like pick stuff up. And so just to help me improve as well. I will also be at Combo Breaker too. I'm also like really excited about that. It's my first time in Chicago. Social medias. If you you guys really do want to follow me, I have a Twitter, not Kaido _ Discord, Kaideezy. It's just Kaideezy. Instagram the same thing, not Kaido _ and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alrighty, thank you so much for your time, Kaido. I really appreciate you being here.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
And we are out. Thank you so much for tuning in to these 4 episodes. I don't know if I'm going to continue the series. I've had a lot of fun with this. I really do enjoy talking to other people in the scene and hearing about like the work that they do, especially those that are like behind the scenes in like bringing these events to life, because it has been such a passion project of mine over the past, oh my god, I want to say like 4 or 5 years now, because I've been doing it since my freshman year of college. And so now that I'm like almost out of college, it is like really like surreal that I've been doing this for so long and that I've been able to meet so many amazing people in this scene. So yeah, I really appreciate you tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.